Welcome to the Taunton Airport Open House that took place on October 4th, 2025. It was the second biannual open house done at the airport that included live music, airplane candy drops, and much more. It was the only time where anyone could come into the airport and walk beside the planes. In fact, Real Air Adventure was doing quick discovery flights to give people an intro to aviation while they were having fun at the open house. Here is an interview with the chief instructor of Real Air Adventures.
All right, hello. So what is your name and what's your position at this flight school?
My name is Leo Yakirovich. I'm chief instructor at Real Air Adventures.
All right, well, how long has this flight school stayed open and what's your history here?
So we started at the beginning of this year and been continuously growing. And now we have 2 planes, we have 3 instructors, and we're gonna add more services such as in-person ground school, soon multi-engine training, and soon after that CFI training as well.
And how have you enjoyed this airport and this community?
This airport has been way better than I could ever imagine. I enjoyed it, way better than I could ever imagine. It's quiet, it's best for training. There's no other traffic most of the time, especially if you go in the morning or during the day even. And like compared to some other airports where you can just get up in the air and start training, doing maneuvers, here as soon as we're up in the air at the required altitude, we get immediately into our maneuvers. Compared to airports near Boston, they first have to fly further away from Boston. It takes them about 15 minutes just to get away enough from Boston to be able to get enough altitude to work on their maneuvers. Here we don't have that, and we never wait for takeoff. Like again, airports close to Boston. Sometimes you wait 10-15 minutes just for takeoff, and that's of course ends up being you pay more and you get less. Here you pay less and you get more. And of course fuel here is cheaper, so all those savings get translated into savings for our customers.
So how does your personalized flight instruction work?
So we have we work with every student individually, but most flight schools do the same. But what separates us from most others is we are very transparent. We have online documents that we share with our students. It keeps track of where they stand, their progress towards their solo, their progress towards their private pilot license, or whatever else they may be working on. If they work on instruments, it shows their progress. So the students never have to ask questions to the instructor where I'm going to solo, because it says right there what skills they still need to work on to be able to solo, and what requirements they still need to meet to be ready for their check ride.
And how have you been incorporating your flight simulator into your flight instruction?
So our flight simulator, gives us ability to practice essentially any maneuver for private pilot license. We have a full immersion. We have full, it's more than 180-degree view. So we can practice the traffic pattern. We can practice any maneuver. We have Cessna controls. So we have trim. We have GPS. We have also PFD. So it creates a very realistic environment. And for anything for private pilot, we practice. So you spend, it's a fraction of a cost of flying a plane, and you don't need to spend time and money to turn the plane on, to do the run-up, to taxi, to take off, to climb to the altitude. The flight simulator, you can be put exactly where you need to be, let's say at 3,000 feet, to do the stalls, to do any other maneuvers, and then you're done and don't need to wait to get back. So it's very efficient. It's a great introduction. Plus, there's no intensity. You don't have that potentially. Maybe some people still nervous about flying when they start training. So you're not nervous about doing those maneuvers in the simulator, because obviously nothing's going to happen in the simulator. Nothing's going to happen up there either, but people are still nervous because you have a professional flight instructor sitting right next to you who's done this hundreds of times, these maneuvers. So a flight instructor will definitely back you up, and it's all safe with the guidance of flight instructor. But with the simulator, it's subconscious that you don't have any fear whatsoever.
And finally, what are your upcoming goals for Real Air Adventures here?
Upcoming goals, as already mentioned, we're going to add the in-person ground school, and that's we're going to also incorporate it into our accelerator flight training for pretty much all of our offerings. We're going to have a different ground school. First, we're going to start with the private pilot ground school. Then we're going to expand into instrument ground school, and then we're going to add a multi-engine plane to offer accelerated and regular multi-engine training. And after that, we're going to add the CFI training, both accelerated and non-accelerated.
All right, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Real Air Adventures, and keep your adventures real.